What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show, going live. Here we are, 5-day Q&A, YouTube, baby. That's right. Of course, our podcast audience, the Mike Dolce Show, live on not Instagram, it's iTunes, it's Stitcher, it's Spotify, it's Google Play, it's everywhere you listen to your podcast. Make sure you track down and subscribe to the Mike Dolce Show podcast if you're not watching live on YouTube. I'm going to be answering everybody's questions today the best that I can. I will do my best to answer your questions. And if I don't know the answer, I will likely give you a smart ass answer in which I make fun of you, ridicule you, and let you forget that I don't know what I should be saying. That happens from time to time. So don't get mad at me because this is free anyway, right? You're not paying for this information. So who cares? I kid, kind of, but really. Why do I do this? I do this because you guys should have access to world-class coaching. It's not fair that you do not have access to the same information world-class athletes and Hollywood celebrities have. That is my job, working with those individuals, getting them screen ready, getting them competition ready. And I do my best to give you as much free content as possible so you can move forward in your own life and have those same type of physiques or performances that are right for you. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic I saw in the gym yesterday. And that is, you can see the photo, right? The thumbnail photo for this video, you saw it. It is the neon drinks. Now, somewhere along the way, and I don't know where this happened, somewhere along the way, some marketing fool figured out that they could trick you into thinking a neon drink was healthy. The brighter the neon, the healthier it is, evidently, because I was standing in the gym doing what I do, breaking barbells and bending weights. And I look over and I see a rather portly individual who was training, I guess, relatively hard for their level, but percentage of body weight, the weights that they were using, was not impressive at all. And I'm not saying this to be mean, I'm saying it to be factual. This person was likely bigger than me and heavier than me, but not nearly a third as strong as me. They were sure to be drinking their intra-workout neon drink, though, mind you. That was very important. And they were wearing a t-shirt of a popular supplement brand because, of course, they probably got the free t-shirt when they spent $100 or more on this vat of synthetic chemicals. And I took a photo of it to share with you guys. I posted it on my Instagram. I posted it on my Facebook, and I used it as the avatar for this video. Somewhere along the way, the general population was duped into believing that synthetic chemicals somehow aid your health and athletic performance. Isn't that crazy? Now think about that. Neon. Just think about neon. What makes a sports beverage neon? Something that's good for you? What good for you? What is there that is good for you that will make these sports supplements neon? I'll wait, because you won't tell me what good there is that does this, because there's nothing good. These are synthetic chemicals crafted specifically to have a very identifiable twinge or color palette for you. It has nothing to do with the performance. It has nothing to do with your health. And quite the contrary, all of the science shows that this reduces your health. It reduces your performance, but they're neon nonetheless. And I guess the brighter the color, the more effective they are. Isn't it silly? Doesn't this seem silly that hopefully not you? I would assume that the well-informed audience of the Mike Dolce Show would not be poisoning their body with synthetic chemicals under the excuse of being fit and healthy, because that makes no sense, right? And people have said, and since I posted on Instagram, well, Dolce, what am I supposed to do to get ready for the gym then? If I don't have my pre-workout drink, how do I get ready for the gym? I mean, do like we used to do in the old days where we just, you know, go to the gym and we just, you know, warm up and we just start with our bridge sets and then we build up to our heavier max loads. Well, you ever try that? Or you need this crutch, this psychological crutch that's poison. It's poison. And don't give me all the fucking bullshit about the dickhead PhDs running around selling you this synthetic shit because they're vesting you buying it. So, of course, they conflate the science to validate the use of synthetic chemicals. And somehow they try and make you believe that that's healthy. Anytime one of these idiots says that, you know that they're lying to you for profit. Just please understand that. They're lying to you for profit. Now, will this kill you immediately? No, most likely not. Will it kill you in the next 5, 10 years? Probably not. Will this create a lifestyle pattern that will ultimately lead to larger issues down the road? Yeah, I would say very high percentage, definitively. We could say that as we look at all of the artificial ingredients in our food supply. Of course, you know that we are more of a purist over here. We are whole food advocates. We believe in whole food. I think the performance of our athletes, the millions of people who follow the Dolce diet products and services, myself included, boom. I think it's very easy to say that a whole food lifestyle works extremely well. You don't need neon drinks. In fact, the neon drinks hold you back because look in the gym. Most of the people drinking these neon drinks, they look like shit. They look like shit, right? 10, 20, it's usually more like 20 to 40 pounds overweight, kind of like most high school athletes are stronger than them, train more intensely than them, outperform them. And these are individuals 5, 10, 20 years older. I mean, it's pretty easy to see. I look around the gym and I see everybody, and I'm very judgmental because I train at the highest levels, and I can see people who have glimmers of hope, and I see people that believe that they think they know what the fuck they're doing, and they're just copying Kai Green's chest workout. They're performing 16 different exercises, 4 sets each, as if they're taking the same shit Kai's taking. Of course, they're not. And they're drinking all the fucking bullshit big label brands that you see marketed in the backdrop of every bodybuilding show. They're wearing the t-shirts, they got the secret shaker box or the shaker jug and all the other stuff, the Rich Piana 5% milk gallon that he sells for, rest in peace Rich Piana. But still, I mean, that's a good marketer right there. Guys like Rich, good marketers, but shit products. And what the point of this is to help you guys understand that you should not be polluting your bodies with synthetic chemicals. That will not help you. It will not help you. It creates an emotional crutch for you. You think it helps you, but it doesn't help you. It's a placebo effect. And in fact, it erodes your ability to train intensely, to train long. It is a negative, it's a detriment. So if you see someone drinking neon chemicals, just shake your head, walk away, go back, perform your sets, and get it done. Now, we can get deeper and break down. I probably will do a deeper dive into some of these specific synthetic chemicals that are poisoning you. I'll do that a deeper dive, but that's not what I'm trying to do here on this show. I just wanted to bring it to your attention to let you know how ridiculous it looks and to let you know that if that is you, I should pour out a little bit of espresso on your behalf because my respect for you has dropped if you continue. Not if you've done it before in the past, that's fine. You never heard Uncle Mike say it. God knows how, because I say it nearly every day. But let's say you haven't heard Uncle Mike say it, so I'll let it slide this one time. But now that you've heard this, if you're consuming these neon synthetic chemicals, any of these synthetic chemicals, these pre-workout, these intra-workout, these post-workout bullshit concoctions, you're just wasting your money. Just send me a check, guys and gals. Just PayPal me. Just Venmo me. Just buy something on our shop and send it to me. I mean, I won't even send you the product just to make you feel like you got the same thing, in that the products that you buy, these shitty products, you're not getting anything out of them anyway. you're going to see no gains. You're going to absolutely see no gains. And in fact, these distort your own approach to making gains because you use these synthetic chemicals as a crutch, thinking they're going to replace real foods, proper rest, proper training, and they don't replace that. Therefore, you stay the same. You look the same, your weights are the same, you don't get any stronger, you don't get any better. You might get a little blip of a little bit of gain and then it crashes because you can't sustain it. You're relying on this crutch from these synthetic chemicals. Edgar Hernandez says, "Howdy, coach. Hope you are having an amazing day. My goodness, my life could not be any better. My day could not be any better. Nothing. There's not one single thing I would change about anything in my life. So thank you so much, Edgar." Peter Raybar, "Hey, coach, love your stuff on sleep. I normally am asleep by 9:30 to get up at 4:30. If you can't get in bed on time, should you sleep later to get 7 hours and sacrifice morning tasks or wake at the same time?" Well, that depends. On the macro level, we never sacrifice sleep. On the micro level, yeah, you might get up a little, stay in bed a little later one day. Our sleep is the most important thing because if you're not sleeping optimally, if you're not sleeping 7.5 hours per day, slowly that's going to catch up to you and it will erode your health and performance in all other aspects. We need to get that minimum of 7.5 hours. I say 7.5 to 9 hours. If you can squeak in one extra sleep cycle, that's ideal. You need to change your life. You need to alter your life to make sure this fits, and you need to become more efficient. Many people simply aren't efficient in their life and their tasks. Kyle, what up, Dolce? What up, Kyle? Tony, boom, what's up, man? Good to see you. Pete, good day from Green Bay, Wisconsin. What's up, Green Bay in the house? Kaya, what are your current fitness goals? I'm trying to add 2 pounds of lean muscle tissue at my age and my stage of training, being advanced athlete at this stage. I've been training since I was 8 years old with weights. I'm 43 now, just turned 43. So I've been training in earnest for 35 years. I started wrestling when I was 12 years old, amateur wrestling as in high school, 13. Started wrestling at kind of the 12-ish, end of 12, beginning of 13. I think I just right around that time, winter. That's hardcore training. That's 30 years of combat sports, right? Plus like football and all the other shit beforehand. So my goals right now at this age and this stage of life, I'm trying to add 2 pounds of lean muscle tissue, and I'm going to get my DEXA. Wanted to go and get it done this weekend, but I'm going to be super dad this weekend, and got brand new bikes, got all my bikes fitted out. This is a whole nother thing. Super dad. So I put off my own little things for my family. So I'll be super dad this weekend, and hopefully I'll get the DEXA done mid or late next week. I think I'm close because everything looks different. Waistline's gotten trimmer, shoulders look wider, lifts have gone up, lifts keep going. The weights are getting feel light, and I'm not going crazy with my top end. I'm training at like an RPE 8 on most exercises. I'm just focusing on execution of movement. I know I'm a little wide on this topic, but these are my goals right now. My goals are to stay healthy, add 2 pounds of lean tissue, and then get fucking shredded for summer. That's the goal, is to add just a little bit more lean muscle tissue and get fucking shredded. I'm going to be shredded this summer. I'm going to be I'm going to be back to UFC Fit shredded, where I weighed 184 on UFC Fit. Hopefully, and I was certainly over dieted, but that was on purpose for a UFC Fit because of the constraints of my life at that time, the way I was training at that time. I was like 184 to 188, and I never want to inflate the numbers, so I say 184. I started at 188, but I was so, not broken down, that's not the term, overworked. That was an amazing, hellacious process. So that was back in 2014. I think we shot that 2013, 14. So you're looking at 5-6 years ago. I'm going to reclaim that type of leanness at a larger body weight. We'll see. I think I'm going to try and hit that type of shape somewhere between 94 and 98. So it'll be a 10-pound net gain. It'll probably look like I put 30 pounds on, which means I'll have about 20 or so pounds to lose from what I am right now. I'm bouncing between 215 and 18. I've been holding 215 to 218, but what I've been doing is recomping that. My waistline has gotten tighter. Like I said, my shoulders have gotten a little wider, and I haven't been training my legs that much simply because my legs get fucking huge. And and I've been dealing with that little bit of hip issue. So I've been training legs like once every 10, 12 days, training upper body twice, 2 to 3 times, 2.5 times during that same period of time. You asked the question, so there's some information, and I'm just having fun with it. Like I have no competition, no hard deadlines. This is just me setting small goals for myself, competing with myself. But I'm gonna be fucking shredded this summer. You guys can come along with that journey with me if you want to. I will keep you posted on that. I'll show you how I'm doing it. You can follow the online program with me at thedolcediet.com if you want to really get in and get your own fucking best version of yourself, your shredded version of yourself. But I'm doing it. Lucy, is glutamine the best post-workout or some rice as soon as the training is finished? Well, I mean, it depends. Glutamine post-workout works well. Glutamine before bed works well. Glutamine is part of a shake with creatine works well, and a whey protein isolate works well. So does white rice. I mean, you don't have to have it walking off the mat or walking out of the gym. I'd say somewhere you can have that meal about 90 minutes afterwards if you're in that A-type phase. And what is an A-type phase? The A-type phase is a few times throughout the year you just fucking put the hammer down. You get it. You're trying to make these fucking gains. You're like me. You're trying to squeeze out 2 pounds of lean muscle tissue. You're just trying to fucking get it done and then get fucking shredded. That's an A-type phase as opposed to a maintenance phase or a B-type phase. And then a C-type phase is where you really have to deload and regress a little bit, which happens times of injury, times of travel, times of high stress. That's just like keep your head above water phase. That's the way we identify it. A-type phase. So if you're in an A-type phase, I'd probably throw a little glutamine, creatine, whey isolate into a post-workout shake, and let's drink it, within 15 minutes of the end of your workout, before or after. Tony, Mike, goals. I have been setting long-term goals for about 20 years. Recently been doing the daily 5 goals. Love it. Total game changer. When did you start setting goals? Tony, I've been setting goals for 20 years now. I haven't been as good as I am now. I would set one goal per week. I would, think about it like on a Sunday. I would start on Monday and I would go and reevaluate at the end of the week. Then it became time but what I noticed in that, I wouldn't even start maybe doing things for the goal until like Thursday or Friday of that week. So I would waste days. And then I thought, you know what? Each day I need to start setting daily goals for myself to give myself direction. As my business started to take off, as I started getting super busy, there was just a lot more things in the air that I had to handle. So it was kind of like a to-do list, and then it was, a goal setting and action steps. And I realized as I got better at that, I could get wider. I could actually handle a greater responsibility. I could handle a much higher workload. I could be much more accountable to myself because I was getting better at achieving goals. I was getting better at organizing my time. I was getting better at delegating. That was probably the biggest thing, Tony, is when I became good at delegating. Delegating tasks to people I trusted, delegating tasks to different systems that we've now put in place, and then delegating my time and priorities. Some projects I just turn down now, though they're lucrative and though they're beneficial. I turn down projects because it's just maybe I'm just not passionate about it. And I don't want to be. And in my earlier days, I was in the position that I had to say yes to everything, right? Because we have to grow it. Now I'm in a position that I don't have to say yes to anything. I say yes to the things that I'm absolutely, utterly passionate about. And that becomes a part of it. So to answer your question, it's been 20 years of doing this. The past 10 years, I've been extremely efficient at it. 2009. Yeah. So 2010 is when I really took the business to the next level. 2008, 2009 was a big push. And I was very goal oriented. But I had a smaller picture. 2010 is where I really expanded my mind and I understand the ability to scale. And with that came a lot more responsibility, a lot more work, a lot more accountability came into that equation, a lot more mouths to feed, a lot more paychecks to cut, right? A lot more systems to be put in place. And my days got longer for sure. My mornings got earlier. For a while, for years, from like 2013, 2012, probably 2011 or so. through 2015, 2016. I was a 5 a.m. wake up every day. Every day I was up at 5 a.m. Every day it was 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 a.m. It was no matter what the day it was. I mean, I would never, on a Sunday, I wouldn't be in bed at 6 a.m. I was up, I was out. I used to get pissed if the sun was out before I was awake. I felt like I lost out on valuable time that day. Over the last year or 2 years, I've been able to change that mentality because I've become so much more adept at achieving goals. And I've been able to play with my own sleep cycle. And that's a big part of it. You know, I have two toddlers in my house that you guys know, 4 years old and 2 years old. And I've allowed my sleep schedule to closely mimic theirs so I can get a lot of time with them. And that becomes an important part of it to make sure that we're living. I mean, shit, for a year, I was up at 3:45 every day for a year, like 6 days a week for a year. So then when I did wake up at 5 a.m., felt like I felt like a Sunday morning. Now that's because I was training a few clients at that time from the corporate world, and their workday started at 5. So we go from 3:45 to 4:30. That gave them time to go and get to where they needed to be, and their day would kick off. You know, we were on the West Coast, their business was on the East Coast. They needed to be logged on by 8 a.m. So they needed to be where they needed to be by 5. So I was up, 3:45, ready to rock. 3:45, boots on, ready to go. And this, I know I'm going long on this question, everyone listening, and this is just to give you a snapshot. This is what it is. This is the insight. This is what it is. You want to run your own business. You want to control your fate. Get ready to work, motherfuckers. That's what it comes down to. But you've never heard me complain. They say that entrepreneurs are the only people that will avoid working, no, that will work 80 hours a week to avoid working 40. And that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. I hate the 9 to 5. I hate the Monday through Friday. I despise that lifestyle. And I know a lot of you guys live it, and I lived that for years, for decades. I've been working since I was 8 years old. I've had a job since I was 8 years old just to eat, to keep lights on, tough upbringing. And I've talked about that before. I won't get into that today. So I know the value of work, and I've worked my ass off, and I continue to work my ass off. And this is real. So to answer your question, Tony, man, I've been setting goals. And I've had goals, right? But I haven't been good at setting goals. And then 20 years ago, I got good at setting goals, but I wasn't very good at being efficient in achieving them. And over the last 10 years, I've become very efficient at achieving them to the point now where we do. And that's probably the last at least 5 years, probably 8 years of the 5 F's of the fitness, family, finance, future for me. Those 5 goals that we set every single day, and we achieve them every single night before we go to bed. So we set and achieve 5 goals a day, 35 goals a week, 140 goals per month, over 1,500 goals per year are set and achieved. That's absolutely fucking amazing, right? And anyone who tries that knows how powerful that is. That allows you to do so much more. And it only takes a few minutes a day to just sit down and be intentional, to be mindful, to be calculated, to be organized. That's all it takes. And a lot of people think that that's too hard. I can't do that. Well, motherfucker, like, I don't know what to tell you. You're never going to be successful. You're never going to be truly successful. You're never going to be truly free. And that, like, I talk about my schedule, but my entire schedule is my choice. I love it. I love this. I love this life. I love doing what I do. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, wherever I want, with whoever I want, or whomever I want. I can do whatever the fuck I want because I was willing to bust my ass and to work and to be accountable and to have integrity and to be, responsible and to not avoid the hard decisions and to wake up those early mornings and stay on the job until those late at nights and to do all those things. But it was being intentional with the goal setting that kept me moving forward. So I know I went really long on that question, but I get this question a lot, and that's where a lot of people fail. They fail in that they don't set goals. They're not accountable to goals. They don't do it consistently. They don't do it every day. They get all motivated. They sit down. They write their goals one day, and they don't even achieve them by the end of that night. And then the next day they don't even set them, and I'll do it later. And then the next day they don't do it at all. And then maybe I'll do. Oh shit, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Let me think about that. I'll do it later. And they all of a sudden they fallen off again, just like with their diet, just like with their exercise, just like with their reading, just like with everything else in their life. So this is what we do, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. And please, please, please believe this. The more you do it, the easier your life becomes, the more free you are. This is where freedom comes in. Freedom comes inside structure. If you don't have structure, if your life is a mess, if you're all over the place, there is no freedom to that. There is no freedom to that. This sounds counterintuitive. This is the truth. The more structure you have, the more organized you have, the more efficient you are, the more you are in control. So I control my schedule. I choose the things I want to do. I choose the projects I want to work on. That is the freedom. Not being stuck where you have to be somewhere and you have to do this and you have to talk to that person and you have to be in that environment where you're being dictated to by life. That is miserable. That's misery. Guys, if you appreciate any of this information, please give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up. That lets me know you're out there. It lets me know you care. It lets me know you appreciate the things we're talking about. Hopefully, it lets YouTube know that you enjoy this channel and what we're trying to do here for you. So just a little click of the thumbs up button. I do appreciate that. Let me keep going to answer your questions. Yassine, hello, coach. Thanks for being here. It's a pleasure. Zach, Dolce, I'm currently 168, 8.5. Body fat following your program, and according to DEXA scan, what can I do to look shredded and dry for a shoot in 4 days? Also, am I better off doing fasted 30-minute list followed by 30-minute steady state jog, or just 50 minutes of list? Right now, if you're 4 days out, I would just go for a walk. I would train. Probably if you're 4 days out right now, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to basically, say what I do. If I'm 4 days out from a photo shoot, what I'm probably going to do right now is I'm probably going to do a super high intensity glycogen depletion. Upper body only. I'm going to train my entire upper body. I'm going to pick probably 2 to 4 different exercises for each muscle group of my upper body. I'm going to train with rather light weights that will allow me 20 reps, and I'll train with, let's talk about the chest for a second. I will do and this is only for a photo shoot, guys and gals. This is not the way I tell you to normally train. This is a safe way to squeeze out that glycogen so we can super compensate and look super lean and dry. All right. This is the moneymaker right here. You could send those $1,500 checks for this advice once I'm done talking, because that's what I would charge normally for this information. I'm happy to give it to you guys for free. So this is what I would do 4 days out. I would train high intensity, but intelligent. I would train with weights that are probably 30 to 50% of my 1 rep technical max, not absolute max. And I would train with proper form through full range of motion, squeezing the muscles, time under tension, being extremely deliberate. I would train at least 2, if not 3 different angles of each individual muscle group. Again, squeezing these muscles through full range of motion. What we're trying to do is purge as much of that stored glycogen, that muscle glycogen, as possible, trying to empty out the tank completely so we can replenish that over the next 3 days and look fucking dry as shit. So let's say I'm going to do a seated chest cable fly, like a pec deck, like a cable crossover. I like to do that seated with a supported back. It allows a proper foundation where you can really focus on the contraction, and I'm focused on that cleavage at the top of that squeeze, and I'm probably even 2 counting the top. I'm going to use a weight I can do with 20 perfect reps, and I'm going to pull the pin, and I'm going to drop set, and I'm going to drop set, and I'm going to drop set, and I'm going to drop set. I'm going to be shooting for about 100 total reps, all drop sets, all angles. From there, I'm going to go to something a little heavier. I'm probably going to go to a dumbbell incline press, something super light. If you can press 100-pound dumbbells for a single, I'm going to use 20 to 30s most likely for these 20 rep sets. And I'm going to go, let's say I'm going to start with a 30 and I'm going to get 20 perfect reps, and I'm going to drop to 25 for, maybe 15 more reps. And I'm going to go to 20 for maybe 15 more reps. And I'm going to go to 15s for probably like 20 or 30 more reps. And I'm going to go to 10s for 20 or 30 more reps. Super slow, super squeeze. And I'm going to go to the last exercise, which might be, maybe it's a machine, maybe it's a hammer strength machine, maybe it's a depending on the body, and I'm not a fan of the bench press, so I would stay away from that. Maybe a dumbbell bench press, maybe a low incline barbell bench press can work. Maybe you're going to do some sort of, I actually really like the push-ups, something like that. So why I say this is we're looking for probably 200 to 300 repetitions per muscle group, which sounds like a ton, but it's super lightweights, and you are going to squeeze the glycogen out of these muscles. And I say this unintentional, and you only need to do upper body. You don't need to touch lower body. Your lower body is fine. Stay away from the lower body training on this. Too much inflammation, your legs will they'll get blown up, and you probably will reduce all your lines for your photo shoot if you're showing your legs or not. Let's assume that you are. I'm going to be eating light. I'm going to be eating carb free. I'm going to take in no carbohydrates today at all, even with that super glycogen squeeze. I'm going to be taking in no carbohydrates. I'm going to be eating lean proteins with higher than normal levels of fats. Let's say I'm going to be eating steak. I'm going to be eating fish. I'm going to be eating eggs. I'm going to be eating some, greens, on the side. I'm going to be eating probably like broccoli and asparagus, and I'll have onions and I'll have peppers and onions. Bodybuilders typically don't do that. I like peppers and onions mixed in my meals, and I'm probably going to mix most of this stuff so it's more of a bowl setting than just an individual plate. That way it's easy to digest and break down. Digestive efficiency really matters here. I might turn these into some burger patties. I am going to be throwing some salt in. I'm going to have some salt in, not tons of salt, but I am going to keep salt in the equation right now. I'm going to keep my water intake relatively high today. I'm going to keep my water intake relatively high tomorrow, which is then you're 4 days out, 3 days out, 2 days out is where I'll start to reduce my water. This is for a photo shoot, mind you. This is not for athletic competition. If it's for athletic competition, we keep the water high all the way through, and we keep the sodium moderately high all the way through because we have to perform. For a photo shoot, it's less important. So tomorrow, I'm going to, again, stick with similar lean proteins that I had eaten previously. I'll keep the fats relatively the same, but I'm going to start to drip in carbohydrates. I'm probably going to start adding maybe 20 to 30 grams of carbohydrates per meal for the first 5 meals or so, 20 to 30. So 100 to 150 grams of carbohydrates tomorrow, 2 days out or 3 days out. The next day, I'm going to double that, which I'm going to double my carb intake. Now I'm going to be taking in, instead of 100 to 150, now it's going to be 200 to 300. And then the next day, I'm going to double that again. So I'm going to be taking in probably 400 to 600 grams of carbohydrates the day before. But the day before is I'm going to pull that water back all the way down. So let's say today I'm going to drink 2 gallons of water. Tomorrow I'm going to drink 2 gallons of water. The next day, I'm going to drink 2 gallons of water. And the day before my photo shoot, I'm going to drink a half a gallon of water only first thing in the morning. I'm going to let everything dry out and just watch everything just get super, super tight. I'm not going to be training with weights really at all. What I will do is I'll just flex and pose the muscles, as the bodybuilders know. And we work with athletes and individuals who get ready for photo shoots all the time, whether it's for an NPC or IFBB stage. That's one thing. We don't deal with the drugs. So that's we don't really deal with those type of athletes, though we don't get into the drug counseling of that side. We focus more on individuals, models and such that need to get photo shoot ready. Right there. I mean, I obviously, if we're doing a consultation, then we'll go a hell of a lot deeper, but that's right about where you need to be. It's just a slow scale drip of your carbohydrates. What carbs? I like oats. I like raisins. I like banana. I like white rice. I like white potatoes. I mean, that's what we really like. Those are typically ideal. As far as the carb load goes, like oats, white rice, white potato, a little bit of banana mixed in, a little bit of raisin mixed in. You're good to go. You're good to go. Maybe we'll do some baked apples, just for some fun, depending on what your body looks like and if you've been eating it the last couple of weeks. And you're locked in. I mean, that right there, you'll look fucking phenomenal. All the water disappears between the skin and the muscle. It just gets drawn back into the muscle. Everything just looks really full and round and thick and granity. You'll see, like, if you're relatively lean, you'll see veins running through your abs. Your skin just gets super thin, super dry. It's all easy. It's all I've done it so many times. It's all easy stuff. So I know, again, I'm going long on a lot of these questions, guys, because I think it's helpful. I think anyone, you want to look, you got something, you're going to be at the beach on Saturday, right? You're going to try and impress that girl or that dude or whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be a photo shoot. Well, that's just a super simple 4-day dry out right there. not for competition, because it's for competition. We have to feed you differently. We have to balance your water, your fluids, and your electrolytes differently for competition. But if you're just looking to, get your sexy on, get photo ready, that's a really easy way to do it. Also answered that. Tom Snyder, Dukes of Hazzard. Tom Snyder, any advice for low impact training at 50? My feet are bad. Walking long distances causes nerve pain. I would look for the elliptical and Precor. When I injured my hip, and I'm still dealing with that hip injury, the Precor is great for me. I really, 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 really enjoy the Precor. Zach, you're funny, man. Shane Thompson. This just zoomed by. That's a pain in the ass about this sometimes. Is it just jumps. The comments just jump sometimes. So hold on, I'm scrolling back to see Shane Thompson. Them Dr. Thunders from Sam's. I don't know what that is, Shane. Brandon, has the supplement industry ruined the idea for the most that just eating nutrient-dense food and quality meat will be efficient and even the best way? I see so many people wanting money on pre-workout. Absolutely it is. And it's a lot of the fucking idiots out there that are pushing it. So it's not just the supplement companies. It's a lot of these fake fitness professionals, regardless of their academic background. They run around talking about how eating all this synthetic shit is good for you, as if that's the only way to be fit and healthy. But they have ulterior motives, and it's all fucking greed and ego. That shit pisses me off. Black coffee, and I'll put my athletes against theirs any day. Fuck, I'll put me versus them any day. Let's go in the fucking gym. Let's go on the trail. Let's go on the fucking track. Let's get on the fucking bikes. Like, let's go. Let's go and get in the fucking, on the mats. Let's see what's up. Let's perform. Let's compete against you. Do all your fucking synthetic fucking bullshit. We'll keep it here, all fucking earth grown real food, and let's compete. Let's see who's stronger. Let's see who's faster. Let's see who has better endurance, and let's analyze our fucking blood work side by side. I'm fucking down. Man, I'm fucking down. Let's do it. These motherfuckers won't do it because we'll blow them away and make them look stupid. Greg, black coffee and fruits and berries give me just as much energy as pre-workout. That's exactly it. And you get these idiots that say that eating real food isn't sustainable. Fucking turds. JR, I'm watching people compare their drinks at this very moment while I'm warming up listening to this. LOL. Isn't it funny? And how do those people look, man? How do those look? Anyone who looks good drinking their fucking pre-workout neon shit, it's because they're on fucking steroids. They're on fucking, and you can tell, you can see those fucking, I'm not mad. I don't give a shit. Right. But at least be fucking honest about it. It's not that neon fucking bullshit. It's the fucking Winstrong Clan, homie. That's what makes you look like that. It's not the fucking neon drink. That's the shit that pisses me off about these fake ass motherfuckers out there. They're all running around fucking juiced out of their mind on all these crazy fucking thermogenic fat burners, PEDs, and then they're pimping these bullshit fucking supplements. And I love seeing these fitness professionals that they jump from one supplement company to another, as if those bullshit supplements have anything to do with the way that they look, because they look exactly the same over the last 3 years, 5 years, but they've pimped out 8 different supplements during that period of time, right? It's all bullshit. And guys and gals, if you appreciate any of this information, please give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate that. It lets me know that you're there and you care, and it's a little thank you for Uncle Mike to be here giving you as much free content as I can. I mean, Uncle Mike, I talk in a third person because that's not really me. But and hopefully it lets YouTube know that you guys care about this channel, so it shows some engagement. That's what people say. I don't know if it's true necessarily, but I appreciate you guys for being here. Prodigy, hey Mike, I want your opinion on what program is good for someone who has been training for 2 years but is still weak. I'm running 4-day split around the 4 main compound lifts. Well, what's your 4-day split look like? Is it the bro split where you're training, arms on one day and shoulders on another day and back on another day and legs on the last day and whatever, squeezing chest in there or something like that? Or you train and push pull? Or you go and push Monday, Thursday, pull Tuesday, Friday. There's a push, pull, legs. Right now, I'm on a legs off, push, pull off, legs off. Push, pull off, legs off. That's the way my routine works right now. But my legs are, I'm trying to detrain my legs in a way they get too fucking big, and I don't need these massive fucking legs walking around at this stage of life. That's what I would strongly recommend, like a push pull split, push pull legs, or full body every other day, full body Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I've done a bunch of videos on this channel about that. A little lumbar support. I'm running 4 days split. Zach, Ha, Zach, I'm not going to read that question, buddy, but that is funny. I would just shake my head. I would just shake my head and walk away. You're funny, my man. Best pre-workout is espresso and banging your girl before the gym. Ooh, that's I don't know, man. I need to take a nap because that is a high calorie expenditure. Um, I mean, on my side, that's the way we roll. Fat. Whoa, I can't say that out loud. What's up, Mike? Dolce for life. Thank you, FSB. I appreciate it. Teresa, I'm back, and oh my God, still loving you. LOL. And 1st of April, you asked a goal, not hitting numbers on the scale, but body has changed. Heck yeah, Teresa. I'm so proud of you. Good work. Let's keep it going. What's your next goal right now? It's April 26th. May 1st is coming fast. What is the next goal? What are we doing? Let's go. Let's go. Mike Sullivan, do you know of any relatively reasonably priced uninsured blood wellness tests? Absolutely, I do. I'm going to post a video about this likely on Monday, so I will let you know. I have to just do a little bit more background check, and I will let you know on Monday. Looking lean, Mike. Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm actually slightly bigger than I've been for the last month and a half. So I've gained a little bit of extra weight and I'm leaning out. This is recomposition. That's what we've been doing. And this is what our Living Lean program is all about, the 8-week Living Lean program at thedolcediet.com. It is an online personalized diet and exercise program. That's what I've been following on the nutrition side. I feel absolutely amazing. After this phase, I will hit the shredded phase. My goal is to be in the best shape of my life this summer. But right now, it's that recomposition on Living Lean where I'm trying to gain lean muscle tissue while losing body fat, total body fat percentage, if not total body fat at the same time, which is possible. You can go to thedolcediet.com right now if you wanted your own personalized diet and exercise program. It is all there for you. You can use the Dolce Tube discount code and save 10%. But I feel fucking amazing, and my food is absolutely incredible. Teresa, so days I can't get to the gym, but working 3 to 4 days a week and hitting daily 500 plus deficit in calories. Question: should I be okay with this daily when I am not working out? So you're hitting a 500 calorie deficit per day. What's your goal, Teresa? I would hit a few refeeds in there. Otherwise, you're going to plateau quick. I'd have a few, definitely. I have a couple refeeds in there. FSB, get these thumbs up. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys and gals. That does mean a lot. Greg, I'll get shredded with you, coach. I've been telling people stupid lean this summer. Hell, I like that. Stupid lean. Be fucking stupid lean this summer. For those who care, again, thedolcediet.com. We have the 3 weeks to shredded online program and the 3 weeks to shredded plus Living Lean bundle. Both are online. Both are personalized. They're on your phone, on your laptop, on your iPad. Every single thing you need: recipes, grocery list, instructions, ingredient lists, like workouts, video tutorials, leaderboards, predictive avatars, daily journals, forums. It's all there at thedolcediet.com. So Greg, keep me posted and take your befores. Please take your befores and afters, guys and gals. Also, we actually, so you guys know, we did the mailbag at thedolcediet.com. If you have something to talk about, you want it read on the air on the Mike Dolce Show podcast, mailbag at thedolcediet.com. If you like something I said, if you dislike something I said, if you have information to bring to the audience, if you have a testimonial that you want to share, if you want to rant about something and you want me to read it, mailbag at thedolcediet.com, and I will read it next week on that episode. Mo, I'm right with you there. Dolce, shredded as fuck for summer is the goal. That UFC fit Dolce was unreal lean. I can't wait to see 2019 summer Dolce. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And having done that before, now I know how to keep more lean muscle tissue. I didn't train this time. I will be. You can probably see it. I posted my training journal yesterday for my pull day. You can see I'm still training heavy as fuck. I didn't train heavy. I trained lighter last time. This time I will be training much heavier during that same type of dieting sequence as we go through. Ben, hey Mike, I listen to you and try to eat good. Is CoQ10 a good addition? Yes, it is. CoQ10 or ubiquinol. I use the Jarrow brand personally. I think that's excellent. A-Class, what's up, Coach Dolce? Can your body plateau from doing lists if I'm walking about the same distance and same time each day? No, there's no real plateau to walking, as that's something humans naturally do. It's beneficial. But you can have fat loss plateaus per se, but you won't have walking plateaus. You do become more efficient at walking, but usually you should be able to walk farther at relatively low heart rates. That becomes an efficiency, product of efficiency. FSB, I drink beer. How much can I drink if I want to lose belly fat? That doesn't include cutting it out all the way. 0. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. 0. You want to lose belly fat, you got to stop drinking beer, period, the end. You got to stop drinking alcohol, period, the end. Otherwise, you're always going to have that belly fat. I'm sorry to say, but that's the truth. Uncle Mike tells the truth, right? That's the truth. The bicep of truth never lies. Bam. That's the truth. The real millennial. Hey, Mike, only been dropping half a pound a week on the diet, but haven't been lifting until I started. Body measurements aren't shrinking. How much muscle can I expect before the weight drops faster? So you started lifting once you started the diet. You're losing half a pound a week. You are likely now in a recomposition phase, not in a weight loss phase. That's what happens. Because you're resistance training, your body is now growing. You've instituted or you've initiated the anabolic process. Your body is likely growing. If you did a DEXA scan, you would probably see a rather dramatic improvement to your total lean skeletal mass. That is awesome. You're doing great. I would love to see if you took, this is why photos are so important, guys and girls. People don't take photos and they don't have any true metrics in order to analyze their progress. You have to take photos, whether you share them or not. I don't care. You have to take photos. What I do when I walk in the facility, the first thing I do is I take a photo in the same position and like standing on the same part of the floor under the same light with the same background in the same pose. And I just take a photo and I save it. That every single day I do that, so I can look and I can see how my body has changed daily, day to day, week to week, month to month. That's all you need to do. It's not some big photo shoot. Take a photo, and as long as it's the same, I don't care. Do it in your bathroom. Do it fucking wherever you can do it. But take a photo every single day so you have it. Then you can have a true comparison. If you have an iPhone, just save it and click the heart so it goes into your favorites. And then it's there, and then you have it, and you're locked in. That's all you need to do, because you can be like, holy shit, look how much thicker I look. Like everything's just round and full, and fuck, my chest looks great, and you can see in the waist, and you have shadow abs now, and you have that little, like, your obliques are starting to cut in. You'll see that. But the scale hasn't changed. My clothes haven't changed. You can see that. You can increase your density. And this happens a lot, especially following our programs, because they're so nutrient dense. Your body will become more dense. That is awesome. That's the goal. So please keep me posted. FSB, if you want to lose inches, you must use weights in your workout. You should train first and do your cardio after. Jason Solis just gave you a thumbs up. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Very cool of you. Keep up the hard work and shoot me that email when you can. Thanks, bro. Jason, you got it, my friend. The real millennial. Yep, been lifting. Answered that. Ready to get back into swimming. Cool. The W. Hey, Mike, I just started drinking a glass a day of water with a little apple cider vinegar. Any opinion on it? That's fine. Yep, no problem with that, as long as it doesn't mess with you. Proper Timothy in Kale Yarborough's home. Also, I have fat fingers. What does that mean? But yeah, if you're, tell Kale I said hello, man. It's been a long time. What's up, Kale? Christopher Quinn. Hello, Mike. Thanks for putting this info out there. I'll give you a like. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. We're always dropping fire. Revimp, thumbs up. Third week of lists and getting into good habits. I'm now walking around saying, what's up, everybody, in your voice. Love what you do. Thanks for everything. Revimp, thank you so much. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help to walk this journey with you. Harry, hey, Dolce, I have 30 minutes during college where I would like to get a workout in. What would be the best to do in order to burn fat? I would train with high intensity. I would train resistance with high intensity. If you're trying to burn fat, we want to build muscle. I would train with high intensity. However, you have every single day. If you can train every single day, I would do push, pull, legs every single day. 30 minutes is a shit ton. You can do an overhead press. You can do overhead press, dips, push-ups. For your pressing day, you can do chin-ups, bent over rows, deadlifts on your pull day, and you can do squats, lunges, calf raises on your leg day. Easy. What's the best way to strengthen your whole core without causing imbalances? Struggle and strain, my friend. Struggle and strain of being aware of 360 degrees. Excuse me. Chris Quinn. Answered that. Carbs. Dolce, is it okay if I put my morning oatmeal fruit in a blender and drink it? Absolutely. I do that sometimes too. Rich Vasquez, so much detail. You're the man, Dolce. That's what I say is I want you guys to have access to the same world-class information elite athletes and Hollywood celebrities have, who I work with. Those are my primary clients. They are the ones who pay not all my bills, but they cut nice checks for us to bring us in to do this. There's no reason why you guys should not have access to this same information. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Hold on one second. Hold on, home. Hello. Good, Kevin. Can I call you back in 5 minutes, please? I'm, bro. Not yeah. Awesome. Sounds good. I'm actually doing a live podcast right now, so I'll call you back afterwards. All right, brother. Bye. Sorry about that. That was a longtime buddy that we're trying to play catch up. How cool is that, though? What else we got? Then YouTube just did that again. Let's see. So much detail. You're the man. Got it. Hey, coach. Tamil says, how do I combine Muay Thai training and strength training in my schedule? Can I train Muay Thai followed by strength training? No, I would break those up. Break those up on different days, or I would break them up by at least 4 hours, preferably 6 hours apart. If you do have to train them on the same day, I would not combine a session. But you can actually strength train once every 5 days and see progress. Once every 3 days would likely be better. Twice a week would work very well. No closer than 3 days apart for your strength training. If you need to be training Muay Thai more consistently, which most likely you do. Two nuts. Get these likes up, guys. I appreciate that. Thumbs up are always helpful. I appreciate the thumbs up, and you guys are usually very good at that. So thank you for the thumbs up. It lets me know that you care. Two nuts. What is your opinion on eating meat, chicken, or red meat on a daily basis? Good, bad, or more plant-based? Well, 95% of the food that I eat is plant-based. And that's something that should not be discounted. I do eat meat. I am an omnivore, but the meat that I do eat is wild caught or as close to wild caught and sustainably raised as possible. That's very important to me. That's very important to my health. And that is a very important attribute of the high quality nutrition you should be consuming. No different with plant-based. You want to have, when we say organic, we just don't simply mean a USDA organic logo. When we say organic, we mean organic as in earth grown, unmolested by man. That's the goal of organic, right? And we do eat meat, but a guy my size, 215 plus pounds of lean, sexy steel, I eat 4 ounces of meat in a single sitting. I take in about 180 or so grams of protein per day, knowing that a good portion of that does come from plant-based sources. It's probably, I don't know, probably 50-50 or so. If I'm getting 20 or 30 grams of animal protein, I'm probably getting a similar amount of plant-based protein throughout the day. I do take in more plant-based products than animal products. That's important. But I don't believe, and I think it's utterly ridiculous, and these keto and carnivore people out there that try and put over this animal food is best concept, they're fucking wrong. I prove it every day. Our clients prove it every day. I don't know anyone who has clients who compete at higher levels than ours do. And ours eat very heavy plant-based diets. They are omnivores. They're not vegans. And a lot of times the vegans, it's funny because the vegans, and I have no problem with the vegans, of course, but the vegans try and like conflate what we do as it's all plant-based. That's not necessarily true. The carnivores try and conflate what we do because we eat meat. Then it's because of the meat. No, that's not true. We have a omnivorous diet that is primarily plant-based. That's very true from a wide variety of sources. We maximize micro and phytonutrition, and that's the true principle of the Dolce diet is micro and phytonutrient density. We get that from all aspects of earth-grown nutrient sources. Unfortunately, from an ethical perspective, that is animals. And I understand people's problem with that. I get that, and I don't disagree. I agree with that ethical, philosophical debate and conversation. So I will side with the vegans on that conversation. But when we get down to the brass tacks of nutrition and dietetics, I cannot fully support that concept as a vegan lifestyle is the only or the best. But that, in my opinion, is much more factual than these carnivorous lifestyles. These idiots that are running around eating 4 pounds of beef that they buy at Costco, right? that they're these big tough men running around with their disgusting fucking conventionally raised ground beef that they're getting at fucking Costco, and they're pretending that they're healthy, or they're pretending that they're healthier than a vegan who's eating all organic, foo-foo, crunchy, hippie lifestyle, but definitely not even close to the tier of health and performance that we prescribe, which is wild caught animal proteins and organic plant-based products. There's I don't know of any nutrition plan that's better than ours, which is why we support ours. If there was one better, that's the principles that we would adopt. But this is what we have found over decades of elite trial and error, the application of the scientific method, thousands and thousands and thousands of times over the decades. We know exactly what works. And shit, my door is open. Anyone who disagrees, come on in. Come on in. Let's chat. Let's talk. Let's compare our blood work. How about that? Let's compare our blood work. Let's throw the deadlift bar on the floor. Let's run out the front door. Let's see how far we can go in the sand dunes. Let's do that. Let's hit the hills. Let's hike. You want to grapple a little bit? I'm down. Who's going to gas out first? I'm good. I'm ready to go. Like, fuck it. Let's go. Let's see who can perform in all aspects. But we'll start with the blood work. Yo, Dolce, what do you think about insulin resistance? I think it depends upon the individual. We do a lot of counseling for individuals who have varying degrees of insulin resistance, and that is an issue. We all have certain a relationship with insulin, let's say, and what we need to do is we need to be more. It's like the move, you guys. Right? Fix yo shit. And I love that. It's a great Instagram channel. They probably have a YouTube now, but I follow them on Instagram. Fix yo shit. You cannot expect your nutrition guru or your fitness guru or your personal trainer is going to fix your shit. You need to fix your shit. You need to figure your shit out. Have you gone to the doctor yet? Have you had your blood work done yet? Do you even know where you rate, where you stand? Do you know what relationship, or do you know what effect certain food groups have on you? Most people don't fucking know. They don't care. They don't pay attention. They see a Yahoo News headline, and that's the way they live their life. So, but this is an individual conversation. We do consulting on that if you're interested. Two nuts. I actually had a buddy who tried telling me that we could actually just drink nutrition shakes and that would be sufficient for getting necessary nutrients. Yeah, good luck. Good luck on that. I hope not, because he's going to be sick real quick. Proper Timothy, I'm trying to look good for tough 7. Kale Yarbrough. What does that mean? Hey, everybody, share this link to the channel. This guy is the real deal. We need to promote real guys who care about people's health. Two nuts, I appreciate that. That is very cool. And if you guys did care to share the link to this channel, I would certainly appreciate it. I think the information that we give is certainly warranted. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anyone who gives as much free content as we do that works at such an elite level. That isn't selling you guys fucking wolf tickets and bullshit and trying to poison you like some of these other idiots. Loyalty. Any advice for training with plantar fasciitis? I wouldn't train with plantar fasciitis. I would address the problem. I had plantar fasciitis. I had it diagnosed with a podiatrist, and I went to a running store. I had a foot strike analysis done, and I was fitted for not orthotics, but I was fitted for shoes that suited me perfectly. And within 3 days, the symptoms simply went away. Within a week, I was back to running again. It was never been an issue. My problem was poor shoes, which was throwing off my gait, which was creating all sorts of issues. Theranos ain't got blood test, and that is for sure. Body says, hey, coach, is canned tuna okay? And is cheese okay? Canned tuna, once in a while, not bad. But there is wild tuna canned. That's what we have. It's a little more pricey, but it's worth it. It's like $4 a can, but it's like 30 grams of protein. So that's what you're going to be paying for a piece of chicken anyway, for similar protein content. That's the way I look at it. But it's wild. Sustainably caught wild. Appreciate you, Dolce. Props on being real. Mr. Real or Mr. Hulk, thank you. I appreciate that. Transparency is key. You guys can tell if someone's selling you bullshit, right? You can tell if someone's fucking lying to you. That's why I do these lives. I answer your questions as they come up. And if I don't know, I say I don't know. But I pretty much know everything that pretty sure I know everything, which is why I'm fucking awesome. But I have the experience, I have the team, I have the education, I have the background. I've been doing this fucking my whole life, right? I've been working at an elite level for decades now. If it hasn't happened, or if I haven't seen it, it hasn't fucking happened. I do consult. I've done tens of thousands of individual consultations. I speak to hundreds of thousands of people. I've spoken to hundreds of thousands of people on these conversations. Whether it's, I mean, just think, if I'm at a coffee shop, just think, if you see me at a coffee shop, within the first 3 sentences, you have a health question, you have a fitness question, you have a body question, you have a weight loss question, you have a food question. I should start counting. Actually, I should have one of those like trainer, tickers, right? That you see like Floyd Mayweather and is it not Joe Bernstein or whoever his trainer is. He's just ticking off punches all day long. I should carry one of these, and every nutrition, health, fitness, lifestyle question I answer, I should just tick a button. Right? Because just think, I mean, how many have I answered already for you guys? 100 questions, maybe 50 to 100 questions. These are direct interactions I'm having with you, real people, every single day. I'll do an Instagram live. I mean, I've had probably 30 different humans, whether it's at the chiropractor, whether it's at the coffee shop, whether it's at the convenience store, just buying bottles of water. Hey, Mike, question. That's it is what it is. It is what, and I don't mind. Trust me, I don't mind. I have these conversations all fucking day, every single day. Could you imagine if your job was a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week job like mine is? I love it. I love it. But at the same time, I have this information because I constantly live in this information. Thoughts on P90X program? I use them, work out at home. I think it's great. I think it's great. It's like, I call it like, it's purple belt fitness. Good enough to get you where you need to go. Greg, hey coach, thanks for the credit card. Oh, Greg, thanks for the credit card info on IG Live. I feel like I finally have some clarity and a plan. That was on the financial conversation that I had on Instagram Live. We do business consulting. I do business consulting. A lot of these businesses out there, it's a hard time turning a profit, right? Because people don't understand. They don't understand how to be a cash flow positive business these days. And that sucks. That sucks. And there is a way to do it, but you have to completely disregard what you've been told by these fucking idiots that are trillions of dollars in school debt, right? They're trillions of dollars in consumer debt. Don't listen to these stupid motherfuckers. Respectfully, listen to a guy who has zero school debt, who has zero consumer debt, and has run a cash flow positive business for over 20 years and has built one of the most successful brands on the planet in the health and fitness space, completely debt free and completely cash flow positive. How have I done that? Well, this is what I teach, and it's so much easier, so much fucking easier than you can imagine. But you have to follow the principles, and a lot of people, they don't, because they're like, well, my uncle said that, who failed, had 3 failed businesses, said I should be doing it the other way. I should have and I think we were talking about credit scores. Everyone talks about credit, your credit card, your credit score, your credit score, your credit score. I don't have a zero. I don't have a credit score. It's not even a zero credit score. It's a non-existent credit score. Why do I not have a credit score? It's because I don't have credit, because I don't take out credit. I have no loans. I have no mortgages. I have no leases. I have absolutely nothing of debt. I have no debt. Everything I do, everything I have, I bought for cash. Period. The end. If I can't afford to buy it for cash, then I cannot afford it. Period. The end. That is my cars. That is my house. That is my food. That is my coffee. I pay cash for my fucking coffee. Every single thing that you have, you should pay cash for. If you can't pay cash for it, you can't afford it. So to have a perfect credit score, you need to have gone $100,000 into debt. You must have borrowed at least $100,000 and paid back $100,000 at interest in order to be eligible to have a perfect credit score. Isn't that crazy? Now, someone like me, on the other hand, I will take that same $100,000. I will keep that $100,000. I will save that $100,000. I will invest that $100,000, and I will turn that $100,000 into 300, into 600, into 1.2, and I will grow that money. That's the difference. Where other people, they just stay in debt, and they stay in debt, and they stay in debt. I don't pay companies. I pay myself. That's the difference. And that's how it gets done. And this is crazy talk. This is crazy talk to most people. but this is the way it gets done. This is the secret. This is the secret. And most people don't get that. So I applaud those of you who don't. If you have a credit card, cut that shit up, pay that shit off, and never fucking open up a credit card again. Period. The end. Period. The end. If you have a car lease, oh my God, get the fuck out of that as soon as possible. If you have a car loan, oh my God, get a fucking side job or 2 or 3 and pay that off and never fucking go in debt again. Go and get a $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 fucking car that's 2, 4, 6 years old and buy that thing for cash. Way better than your stupid 2-year-old fucking car that's going to put you 6 years, 8 years of fucking payments right now. The hell out of here. Sorry, I mean that's real talk though. You can do it or don't do it, or you can run around in debt the rest of your life and just be normal. Be normal and get everything taken away from you one day. But I do lots. I do a lot more talks on this stuff lately, and we're becoming more in demand for this stuff. People don't understand money, and that's too bad. Loving the meals from Living Lean. Marcos says, thanks for all the great content. Saludos from Cancun. Ooh, Marcos, good for you. My friend in Cancun. FSB, I was afraid you were going to say that, but I have always struggled with it, so I got to cut it out all the way. That's right, FSB. Please, no more. Get off the alcohol. Please get off the alcohol. Stop poisoning yourself. Stop poisoning yourself. Come on to this side of the world, man. It feels so much better. Trust me. Trust me when I say that. Prodigy, hey, my split revolves around bench, deadlift, overhead press, and squat. I love it. Matt Mungin, how much can one expect to lose on 3 weeks of shredded Living Lean bundle if they are 40 pounds overweight? Right around 40 pounds, I would say. The 12-week program, I would say 40 pounds is a great estimate or a great, a good goal to set. 3 weeks to shredded, remember, guys and gals, was calibrated to lose 21 pounds in 21 days. That was the average weight loss of our athletes. 21 pounds in 21 days. 3 weeks of shredded very specifically created a system with which you can dramatically lose weight and jumpstart your progress into a whole new lifestyle. That's why we were able to turn it into this online software program for you. So you can follow the 4 weeks of the 3 weeks of shredded program. There is one bonus week, and then the 8 weeks of the Living Lean program, which continues to lose non-functional body fat while recomposition that lean muscle tissue. If you want to get bigger, build more muscle, that's awesome. That's there. Or if you want to maintain your muscle mass while continuing to scrape that body fat down, that's all at the Dolce Diet. You can use the Dolce Tube promo code to save 10%. But Matt, I would say if you have the weight to lose, that 40 pounds, that should be the goal, my man. I'm here for you. If you do it, if you're ready, if you want to get started, I am here for you. You can always shoot me a DM on Instagram, follow us there, and walk you through the process. The Real Millennial. Sorry, Mike, I misspoke earlier. It's half a pound a day. So the Real Millennial is losing half a pound per day right now on the 3 weeks to shredded program, and he's miffed because he's not losing it faster. I love it. So what are you? That's a 3.5 pound per week weight loss averaged out right now, likely because you are putting on lean muscle tissue, as we discussed. 3 weeks to shredded sees much closer to 1 pound per day weight loss, but it's lost in phases. It's not lost daily. You might lose a pound and then kind of lose a quarter pound, then lose a pound and a half, and then not lose anything, then lose another pound and a half. That's typically the way it works. But usually after day 10 is when you see the weight loss really drop off. Keep me posted, my friend. Couple more minutes here. I've been on for an hour and 7 minutes already, guys and gals. Let me try and fix this lumbar support. What else we got here? I'm going to try and run through a couple of these so I can jump off. Zach C, do you think that Paulie is going to tune up Artem Lobov in the bare knuckle fight? I'd say Paulie's definitely the better boxer, but how's Paulie going to do not having fought professionally in a while? The ring rust is a real thing. I like Paulie, and Paulie's actually a friend in many ways. We've been social media friends for a while. Artem proved that he's a tough motherfucker. Artem can take big shots. I think what Paulie has to be nervous about, he fought his whole life with boxing gloves. He's got to be nervous about breaking a hand. And I think that's something, someone who punches like Paulie does generate big power, but he's used to doing it with boxer wraps and padded gloves. That's going to be a challenge for Paulie, I think, to throw these punches, and he's going to be risking breaking a hand. where Artem has been used to fighting in the UFC with much smaller wraps and much smaller gloves. Artem just fought bare knuckle. I think it's bad news that Artem is fighting so soon after his last big fight. He's got to be in training camp already. They're fighting in June. I would have liked to see that fight pushed towards like August, maybe even September or so, just so Artem's head can clear. Because he took some big shots. He was likely concussed. That's an interesting fight, though. I'm a fight fan. Jessica, hey, Mike, is it possible to strictly diet and burn fat without any exercise, just walking? Walking is exercise, Jessica. Yes, nutrition is key. Nutrition is 90% of your progress. You will burn fat and sustain lean muscle tissue just with nutrition. Now, you're not going to build big muscles, even as a lady, because your hormone cascade is different than that of a man. Less testosterone, less cofactors for building lean muscle tissue. But you will lean out. You will feel absolutely amazing. You will improve energy. You will become healthier if you're simply walking and eating properly. And then from there, we can think about something very simple. Maybe you can start doing some planks at home, right? Holding some planks, working on that core, strengthening the core from a functional perspective, but it also carries over to the aesthetic. And then maybe we can do like some wall sits. So we can start, targeting and toning the lower body muscles. And maybe we can do some push-ups, some modified push-ups to slowly ease in as you're comfortable and build confidence. This is what I would do. Ease your way into just becoming, feeling stronger, feeling more energized, feeling healthier, and getting more consistent with your health program. But nutrition is everything, Jessica. The real millennial, Mike, I wrestled when I was younger and swam for 12 years. I have a habit of going too hard and injuring myself. Do you have a mantra for not overtraining? Yeah, I have very specific goals. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing each day. I know what my goals are each day. Right now, I'm not training above what's known in RPE8. RPE is rate of perceived exertion. So when I do an RPE of 8, I know I still have 20% left in the tank. So I'm training a little slower, or like the function of the exercise is just a little slower. It's a more specific, it's more technical. That's the way we break it down. Now it's a little bit more of time under tension. If you go to my Instagram page, you can see what my training journal looks like. I posted a photo yesterday of my training journal. You can see the exercises that I did on that. And you can see that it was all right about an RPE of 8. I could have added 20% more reps, 20% more weight, most likely. I think the one thing that got me was it hammer curls? I forget which one was a little heavier. You can see my reps dropped off pretty much on that one, but that was a little bit of a grind because I was shot. It was last exercise. Brandon, Askin versus Burroughs coming up next. Who do you got? Man, I would say Burroughs should win on paper, but Ben Askren's such a good competitor. It's hard to count him out. I don't know, man. It's going to be good. And Brandon, I got Burroughs, right? Millennial man's a beast. Burroughs should win, but fuck, Askren's a stud, man. He's got that funky style. Who knows? Who knows? FSB, I think Jordan Peterson and his daughter are all about the carnivore diet. It just seems like a weird diet, too unhealthy. Yeah, no disrespect to them, but what do they know? What do they know about it? What do they know about it? What research do they have? What evidence do they have? What experience do they have other than their own personal testimonial? And that's fine. But when you're talking about, broad sections of the population, they don't know. Angelo, hey, Uncle Mike, what's your opinion about Butcher Box? I think it's good. I see it good. A lot of my friends are repping it, so I think it's good. I'll have to learn more. Rich Dickey, coach, why does Lane Norton have such a hard-on for you? Because I'm better looking than Lane Norton, because I'm stronger than Lane Norton, because I have many more friends than Lane Norton, because I'm much more respected than Lane Norton, because I have much greater levels of integrity than Lane Norton, because I have a much more successful business than Lane Norton, because I have a much happier life than Lane Norton, because I've achieved much higher levels of success with my international clientele than Lane Norton. It's so weird that a guy like Lane Norton talks about me incessantly, and I never mention the fool's name. Maybe once or twice, and it's always in response to him talking about me. The dude has been talking about me for half a decade now, which is insane. And it's usually shade. He usually talks about me quietly on the slide. Dude, start tagging me. Why don't you come to my gym, man? Come on to my gym. Let's talk, dude. Let's have a conversation. He's just one of those fake asses. And it's funny because I know dudes, I know PhDs that know Lane, and they all say he's just the biggest fucking turd in the room. Lane Norton is a laughing joke of the PhDs, and he loves to run around like he's this big smart dude, but he is the least respected of all the PhDs I know. And I'm good friends with a lot of the PhDs that run around. And Lane knows what I'm talking about. So those inside the industry, we all fucking know Lane's a joke. But Lane's a big mouth, right? And they don't want to deal with Lane and his fucking big mouth and all his bullshit. Why he talks about me? He clearly only talks about me because it's jealousy. I mean, what the fuck else is he talking about me for? We don't cross lanes. He's over in his fucking bodybuilding world trying to scam his fucking whatever community he can get with his, his macro fucking templates and his bogus fucking, notions of him knowing what the fuck he's talking about. But why doesn't he go out there and try and work with real fucking athletes and put on real fucking performances? He can't. So he's more of like a made for YouTube dude than anything else. Lane's a fucking joke. I don't spend my time. I'm just answering your question right now. Lane goes out of his way to talk about me constantly. Fuck, my team has dozens of screenshots over the years of Lane talking shit about me. Why does he do it? And it's very clear. It's simply because he wishes he had the career that I've had. He wishes he's had the success that I've had. He wishes that he has the respect that I have. That's really what it comes down to. And I do feel bad for Lane. I don't even know that I dislike the dude. I'm sure that we wouldn't get along. I mean, I'm not going to fucking trust him, near my fucking family or near my bank account. I'll tell you that much. I don't have dislike anybody, but he's just one of those turds that just pops up in the world. And there's lots of turds like Lane Norton running around the world. And it's sad and unfortunate. I hope he finds a point of peace in his life and gets his shit together and understands what life is actually about. It's not about this made for fucking YouTube persona that he fucking has, because everyone who knows him knows he's a fucking turd. And that's sad because I know people who know him, and I've heard the fucking Lane Norton fucking stories that I'm not going to share here because whatever, I'm not a dickhead like fucking Lane is. So then that's to answer your question, man. It's it's obvious. It's just obvious what a sad fucking dude he is. What an unhappy dude. What an insecure dude he is. And that is the one thing that everybody says about him. The most insecure motherfucker in the room is Lane Norton. I hope he finds, whatever. I hope he finds some semblance of success in his life. Two nuts, buy some Bitcoin before the big institutions get in. In the next bull run, Bitcoin is projected to go up over. We'll see. Actually, I got some friends on the Bitcoin side too. And we take Bitcoin, on our website. So, I got Bitcoin. People, it's nice that we set up our one of our shops that we do collect Bitcoin. And so I have a nice little stockpile of Bitcoin. Who knows? Maybe I'll be the next Bitcoin deca millionaire. But it doesn't really cost me anything. So but this is cash flow positive. It doesn't cost me anything to collect Bitcoin. I'm not there mining. I'm not exchanging my US dollars for Bitcoin. People are giving me their Bitcoin in exchange for a product or service. So that becomes very easy. Proper Timothy, is there a way to train ultra trails without eating carbs on off days? Ultra high miles. No, because I've worked with ultra marathon runners. I've worked with athletes like Cameron Haynes, and distant marathoners like Galen Rupp. It's very challenging. I would say it's not possible. I'm not a keto fan, right? I'm not a keto fan. I'm not this fucking ultra low carb fan. It makes no sense. Carbs are fuel. You need those. Now you need to moderate those, and you need to calibrate those with your exertion and with your individual physiology. Why would you go fucking zero carb like these fucking fools that tend to be fat adapted? I will put my athletes on the fucking starting blocks next to them any fucking day of the week. And I know a lot of these. I know a lot of the triathletes. I know a lot of the endurance athletes. And even I've had multiple conversations with different athletes that rep these fucking exogenous brands, these, fat adapted fucking brands. And they say, well, yeah, I mean, I rep that and I do that in the off season, but competition time, I got to get in like 800 fucking grams of carbs a day just so I don't fucking bonk out, just so I don't lose weight. That it's not possible for them to compete without carbs. So the answer is no, it's not possible. The Real Millennial, thanks, Mike, by the way. The MMA dude on, what's up, dude? I'll post my updates when I hit my mile markers. Hell yeah, Millennial, keep me posted. You got it, Tommy. First time joining live video. What's up, big boss? Tommy Tran, what's up? Loyalty is 160 pounds a healthy weight for 5'9" muscular woman? It all depends. It depends on you. It's hard to say. 160, a healthy weight for 5'9"? Yeah, I'd say it's healthy. We look at body fat percentage, but to determine health, I'd like to see your blood work. I'd like to have a better understanding of that. Let's look at what your family history is. Let's look at what your personal background is. Let's take a quick look at your blood work. Then look at your lean mass ratio. But 5'9", 160, you're muscular? Shit, yeah. Thank you, Mike. Goal is to feel healthy, but also slim down my thighs and glutes to a runway model. Example, size 34 hips. Jessica, let's get it, girl. Whatever we can do. Two Nuts says Lane Norton blanks off to Dolce nightly. He must. I mean, the fool, fuck. He knows more about me than my wife does, right? He knows more about my career, man. It's fucking crazy how much this dude trolls me or stalks me. Fucking infatuated with me, which is weird. I got good friends out there. I love to see people successful. I love to see good, smart coaches out there. And I'm not saying Lane is good, nor am I saying Lane is smart, but I like to see other coaches doing good work, getting shit done. Lord knows there's 7.5 billion humans on this fucking planet. There's more than enough humans for every one of us to have integrity and do a good job and help walk that journey with them. And unfortunately, you got to fucking, dude like Lane fucking running around, and he's everything wrong in fitness, and it's unfortunate. There's good, and I'm not going to say names, because if I say names right now, Lane's going to know the people that I know that fucking know him and talk shit about him. So I'm not going to say names right now, but there's good people out there that do good jobs, that have similar fucking academic resumes as Lane, and I would say considerably better than Lane's, much better than Lane's, who are fucking good people, just good people doing good job. Like, why not just be a good person and do a good job, man? That's what it comes down to. But you guys know it's transparency. You guys know who the fucking jerk off is in the room. Thoughts on glass of red wine in the evening occasionally and its benefits. As a rule, I don't endorse alcohol consumption, because that soundbite gets conflated and people say, "Well, Dolce said I can drink wine," and they're drinking boxes of wine per night. What I will say is, some people find an emotional release from a glass of wine from time to time. And not that I'm endorsing that, but in that situation, I understand 4 ounces of a red wine once or twice a week to just kind of ease the day. I understand that. I'm not endorsing that, because I don't endorse the alcohol consumption. I don't endorse that, but I understand it. QB, hey Mike, do you get a nutritionist when you get 3 weeks of shredded? I signed up last Friday and said I wanted to start that Monday. No, you don't. So the online program is an online program. It's an online program at thedolcediet.com. You are not assigned your own personal nutritionist. And in fact, we don't have any nutritionists that work for our company. We have registered dietitians who work for our company. Now, you can work one-on-one with one of our registered dietitians. We have one-on-one consultations, and we also have 8 and 12-week personalized nutrition plans, with which you work with your own personal registered dietitian to create the exact program for you, for your background, for your history, for your goals, for your lifestyle, for your budget. So that's all available at dolcedietshop.com. If you are a member of the online program at thedolcediet.com, which has a much lower price point, but it's very, very, very effective with the results that we are able to produce together, you don't have direct access to a registered dietitian, though all of your questions will be answered by members of our customer service team who do confer with our registered dietitians. We never give you information that is not approved by a registered dietitian before it comes to you, and some specific questions are asked of our registered dietitians. Hold on one second, guys. Hello. Hey, Greg, how are you? Okay. Perfect, Greg. I appreciate you. You are awesome. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, bye. My bike is ready. Super Dad. Boom. Super Dad, baby. It's going to be Super Dad weekend. Like I said, I'm going to be Super Dad this weekend. I got my bike all kitted out to make sure I can throw my kid on the back and be fucking running around town, getting it done. Upgrade, baby. Always upgrade, keeping the kids having fun. That's what it's about. Let's see. Thanks, Strict Fit, you the man. And I appreciate you guys not caring that I answer the phone while I'm on here, but I'm living my life, right? Let's see. Strict Fit, you're the effing man, Dolce. I truly appreciate you. Strict Fit, thank you. Two Nuts, haha. Yeah, you're right, Two Nuts. Brian, thank you for the time, Mike. It's truly appreciated. Hector, my brother. Hector Carbajal, crushing it. Alcohol is poison, coach. Amen, my friend. We know that's the truth. You got a chopper. I do not. And why don't I have a motorcycle? It's because I'm clumsy. Because I'm clumsy. And I have 2 kids. That's why. If I was just a single dude, I probably would. I've had a few chances before. I probably would, but I don't. I'm a math guy. I'm a numbers guy. I understand. And it's not something I'm going to be doing. It's not a risk I'm willing to take. And I have a lot of my buddies have them, and I have family members who have them. I also have some friends that aren't here anymore because they had a love for motorcycles and things with engines that moved very fast. So it's just a choice. I have enough risk in my life in other areas that I don't choose to partake in motorcycles. So I do love the beauty of a fucking Harley, right? And I mean, a lot of the bikes out there, I mean, I'm not a gearhead at all, but I can certainly appreciate the craftsmanship and the artistry, and the power. Of course, I can appreciate that, but it's just not me. I have my bike is actually, I have a beach cruiser. I'm a beach guy, man. I bought a house on the beach, right? That's I don't need a motorcycle. Just wake up to the sound of the waves crashing every day and the fucking sun creeping through my house. That's the lifestyle I'm living, man. I'm a flip-flop tank top kind of dude. So I just got my beach cruiser kitted out so I can now throw my kids on the back, because we also have one of those the toolies, right? That fit the kids in the back, and it's like not a wagon, but it's like it's like a third wheel, right? It hooks onto the back of the bike. It's like a little trailer that it's all like safe, and it's got the whole fucking thing. And it's just, I'm too separated. I want my kid to be like closer part of the action. I want to be able to have a conversation with her / them. You guys know I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So like the 4-year-old is now ready to go on some bike rides, because I get out on my bike all the time. I'm always, going around town. And the ability to throw my kid on and just, I live in one of the most beautiful areas on the planet. My area, the county that I live in, it is ranked, I think, over the last 10 years, it's one of the top ranking counties in the entire, one of the top 3 counties in the entire country to live. And that's where we've chosen to settle back. This is my hometown that we were able to move back to, home area, I should say. So living my best. Again, another reason why I'm sure Dr. Lane Norton fucking hates me, because I'm living my fucking best life, not running around shilling fucking snake oil like he is, pretending like I'm fucking somebody when we all know the truth. Ooh, that's probably the first mean thing I've said about Lane, but it's true. I'm living my best life over here, and this fucking tool is still making videos, mentioning my name in fucking videos, unsolicited, right? Unsolicited. So it's funny. I can laugh at him. He can't laugh at himself, but I can certainly laugh at him. You got it. No, I don't have. Did you pay cash for that upgrade? Absolutely. Pay cash for everything. No leases, no loans, no debt, no credit cards, no mortgages, no nothing. Cash. If you can't pay cash, you can't afford it. That's the truth. If you can't pay cash, you can't afford it. Done deal. Enough said. Loyalty, thank you for answering my question. Absolutely. Jim Morris, hey Dolce, I needed some breakfast. I only had gas station near me. Grabbed a banana and a bag of cashews and coconut water. Jim Morris, you make me so proud. You've been listening to the Mike Dolce Show for a while now. Jim Morris right there just proved what most people use an excuse. Hungry, needed food. Only thing around was a gas station. Got coconut water, a banana, and cashews. Walked out of there. Good nutrition, ready to go. Will move him forward until his next proper meal. I'm proud of you, my friend. Should I avoid any leg exercises and glutes so they don't grow? Well, avoid the growth factor. So what I've been doing quite a bit is I do a lot of walking lunges. And I do them really for time. I try and do sets of like 5 minutes of nonstop walking lunges. Whether here in my facility, I have about 20 yards of space where I'll just, for 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so, I'll just walk back and forth. I try and get 100 reps in at least. Sometimes I got a pretty big backyard or so. I'll go in my backyard. I'll do the same thing. In the gym, let's say I want to do something in the gym. I don't really like I don't like doing legs in the gym anymore. I mean, I have everything here. I got 2 Rogue power racks. I got every bar. Imagine I got more bars. I got 20 different bars. I got, Buffalo bars and Texas bars and Ohio bars and safety squat bars and Duffalo bars and trap bars and all the different, fucking bars. So I really have a lot of fun. I can do like hip belt squats. Um, so I do a lot of that here, but really for me, someone like me who does skew, heavy in the ass and the thighs, which is awesome. But I spent years and years and years and years and years squatting, right, to build that. I don't need to do that to go that heavy anymore, especially in this age and stage of life. I mean, if I need to get under a 500 plus pound barbell and snap out a few, I can do that, no problem. I just don't, it doesn't make sense for me. And I'm not really into that. Same thing with like deadlifts. I did that deadlift cycle last year, to pull a triple body weight at 660. I was weighing like 218 at the time to pull a 660. And I was just bored. How many times do I got to pull 600 plus in my life? Right. God knows how many times, hundreds of times, probably since I was in my, early 20s. First time I pulled over 6 was in my early 20s. Like, all right. It's like a big deal. I was more excited to run 10 miles in under 90 minutes. That's what got me excited. And that's why, if you guys remember, if you've been following me for a while, this is like a year and a half or so now. I got excited to do something I sucked at, because I'm not a natural runner. I'm fucking 5'10", 215. I'm not a natural runner. I'm not built like a runner, though I'm fucking fast, but like fullback fast, fullback fast, tight end fast, not fucking distance fast, So it was like, all right, let me do that. Let me do this. And that was just a way of me challenging myself, putting myself out there. So to answer your question about the whole leg thing, man, if you don't want your legs to, like, you don't want them to grow, but you don't want to neglect them. And that's an important part. So you guys have seen some videos I posted on the YouTube channel, 100 rep body weight squats, standing on a Bosu ball or something like that, or stability disc. I do a lot of offset squats, almost like fight stance squats that we do a lot of our wrestlers and our athletes. I'll train, so we got a few wrestling teams that come through here. I'll train with the wrestlers a lot on their S&C, because they're high school kids. I'm a little older, so it's fun for me to get in there, because I can teach them intensity, I can teach them technique and their energy, because they're all trying to beat me, right? They're all trying to outperform me. It keeps me fucking sharp and on my toes, but I can go lighter and be much more technical. So I don't have to be pushing these fucking high top end loads anymore. And I even have to be careful because I get fucking big. I've been doing lots of banded belt squats. I've been able to kind of rig my own setup where I'm using, double greens and a blue maybe, to hit some of these banded works. And then it's more just slower time under tension. So that's to answer your question. So what the answer is be fluid with it. As my go-to move, I would say the walking lunge is probably the best. It has a great carryover for athleticism. And a lot of my walking lunges, they're not just, straight lines. Sometimes it's a lot of offset. I do a lot of rounded. I'll do a lot of like stepping out, like stepping off the tracks, little like zigzagging. I do a lot of rear lunges, not rear walking, but just rear standing lunges. I hit them quite a bit. I hit a lot of curtsy lunges, which is kind of like stepping back offline. I hope that helps, but it's higher rep and it's more body weight centric. Rarely, we have a few of these Kevlar med balls here. So I'll do some of these walking lunges with like 150 pound med ball, but that's more like combat oriented, where it's like gable grip, squeezing the med ball like tight to the torso and then hitting these 20-yard walking lunges that way, which is that's killer. And also that one sucks because it's the chest compression. So it's harder to breathe because you really have to like gable, pinch and squeeze this fucking ball in tight to your chest while walking. And it's because you can't get a good deep breath in on that, because everything has to be like pinched in so fucking tight all the way across. So that's a pretty awesome one too. I got to jump out of here in a minute, guys. We're up hour 33 deep. I love it. Hey, Dolce, I needed some breakfast. I only had a gas station near. Answered that. Jessica, should I avoid any leg extra? Oh, Jessica. Sorry, Jessica, that's you. But yeah, Jessica, as a lady, oh man, I didn't even realize, Jessica. I saw the question, not the name. Jessica, as a lady, I would be lunge your ass off, but pardon the pun. Lunging, Jessica, is one of the most fabulous exercises for a woman, especially body weight lunges, walking lunges. You don't have to worry about growth. What you will get is you will get tone and shape and strength, which is very important. Who wants to just look good and not be able to perform at high athletic levels? That's everything we do here is we call it, athletic fitness. We want to be more athletic than we even look, and we all fucking look awesome, right? You want to look awesome, but then be able to walk out onto a playing field and get the fucking job done at high levels relative to our own inherent ability and goals. So walking lunges, Jessica, for sure. Two nuts, living with your means, within your means, unless you want to be a slave to the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. There we go. Two live. What's up, Zach? What's the best occupation in the health and wellness industry? Whatever your passion takes you. I mean, I have friends that work in the NICU, and God bless them. God bless them. I don't know how emotionally they can do that, but thank God they're there, right? Thank God that they're there. Uh-oh. I just clicked on a button and it said an ad inserted, guys. So I don't know what that is. I apologize if an ad pops up. I apologize for that. I don't know what that's the first time I've clicked on that button. But anyway, so I mean, that's in the health industry, health and wellness industry. Fucking a NICU nurse or hospice care. I mean, the beginning of life and end of life. Those are that. I don't know if I emotionally, if I could do that. I don't know if I'm strong enough as a person to do that every single day, to be in there and to be just like in the weeds with these families and to see the things that they've seen. It's incredible. There's so many, it's so many fields. I think each of us as people were cut out for something in particular. So, like individuals like myself that were more on the performance side, we're more on the lifestyle side. The conversations that I have every day with families, with maybe it's a mom who's now she's got a couple kids running around the house, and it's been 3, 5, 7 years later, and she was never able to reclaim her body, and she's never actually felt like she's herself, and she's gone through this like mild level of I call it functional depression. And I'm not a psychologist here, a psychiatrist. I don't pretend to be one, but I will sit with individuals and they are living a life that is not their own, and it makes them sad and depressed, and it interferes with all of their other interactions in the world, whether it's their interpersonal relationships or their view on themselves or their own self-confidence. And being able to walk the journey with them on the fitness side, to start working with them to develop goals and lifestyle habits and to create action steps to get them to the point of joy and of confidence and of happiness. That's what gets me out of bed, to see people who dramatically change their life as a result of attacking the challenge. That's what really I enjoy. I enjoy this part of it. It's cool working with the athletes and the Hollywood celebrities. That's all cool and nice. And many of them have this aspect. Some of them, they just care about the ego and the money, and that's a part of it too. That's fine. But it's the people that they're not going to be on a movie screen. They're not going to be getting pay-per-view points for the performance. They just want to feel better. They just want to feel like themselves again. The last couple of years, we've really been focused on individuals like that, and that's special. So everyone has something special. So what is the best? The best is the one that you're most passionate about. Loyalty, I'm at 230, currently working down to 180 to store off. Hell yeah, Loyalty, keep me posted. Sarcasm, what's the best form of exercise for a 20-year-old woman looking to shift the fat? Keep up the great work, Dolce. The exercise of self-discipline. Let's get you eating a proper meal plan, a normalized eating program. Let's order your eating. Let's develop a healthy relationship with food. Let's develop a lifestyle that keeps you healthy and satisfied and not deprived. That's what's important. Let's get your active lifestyle in place. Let's start going for a walk. Let's meet up with friends and go to the lake, or go for a hike, or go do yoga, or go do spin class, or go, enter a powerlifting meet or a CrossFit competition, or do a Zumba class. I don't care what it is, but do something that's fun, but you do it regularly, and you do it consistently, and you do it happily, and you do it with intensity, and you do it to get better. At first, just doing it and showing up is a big thing. And then show up and you want to hit all the steps today. Even if I look like, and that's me, even if I look like an idiot, I'm going to do all the steps today. I'm going to try and hit all the steps today. I'm not a good dancer. I suck at that. But if I do a class that one of my friends is teaching, I jump into that stuff, and I'm terrible. But I go and have fun, and I'm open. and I show gratitude. It's so cool to be there and put myself outside of my own comfort zone and to get in there and to do that. And then it's like, all right, now that I know the steps, I can do this. Now I'm going to push the pace a little bit. Now I'm in the bottom third of the class. I'm going to try and catch that lady who's middle of the class. I'm going to try and keep up with her today. That's the mentality. And then slowly, you just keep it up. Sparkly, keep me updated. I'm always here. Bodan, have you done any videos debunking this whole keto and carnivore craze? Videos like I talk about it all the time. I'll do something more in depth soon. I'm sick of talking about it in many ways. I did a year and a half or so ago. I maybe this time last year I did a video called Keto's Dead, and that's based upon the analytics, just the Google searches of keto. You can see how it peaked and then died. A year before that, I did a video when keto was just bursting. I said it's got a 36-month or so life cycle. It'll peak somewhere between 18 and 36 months. And then it'll die off, and then something else will roll in. Not long after that video, that's when intermittent fasting started to become popular. So we've seen this a million times, man. I opened my business in 1997. I was working as a personal trainer since 93, but officially opened as a sole proprietor in 97 and continued on since then. I worked and managed one of the top nutrition stores, in the area. And I was privy to all of their analytics and their proprietary information and their data, which is why I don't say the name of the company, but I was very well aware of the numbers behind the sales and marketing campaigns of what they were doing. And this is back when, not way before Atkins. This is back with like the anabolic diet and the metabolic diet and Dr. Mauro Di Pasquale. And before that, Dan Duchaine and his body was his body opus, I believe. That was a ketogenic specific diet that was much more niche, more bodybuilding, but slowly that spills out. I've been aware of this shit for 20 plus years now. It comes and goes. It's a cycle. I'll talk about it. I will. I'd rather talk about where we're going, not where we were. Sativa, excellent, useful information. As always, surprised. I never ran into or around Portland, Oregon. Respect, bro. You and yours have a beautiful weekend. Sativa, thank you so much. I like that name, by the way. Nick, how's it going today, coach? Awesome. Two nuts. Any stock you're currently invested in? Disney has been killing it lately. Disney's going to keep on killing it. Disney's rolling out their own digital service right now. Now's the time, in my opinion, now's the time to dump into some Disney. I am much more of a mutual fund person, not a single stock person, though, by the way. I'm very conservative. And again, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a math guy. Right. That's where I made my bones in math and finance. And that's a whole previous life, but I'm a numbers guy, right? And I'm a real estate guy too. So that being said, I understand about hedging, so what we do is we look to hedge for growth, and it's what's the exit strategy? Where do you need your money to be? When do you want it to be? You look at that. Disney looks good. That's fine. If you got a little bit of play money, 5-10% of your portfolio, maybe you play with some of these single stocks. The bulk, in my opinion, this is just my advice, this is just how I do it. The bulk of our portfolio is either diversified amongst a wide array of mutual funds, or it's in dirt. It's in real estate. Real estate's everything. That's real estate is, man, that's thank God for real estate. Real estate is everything. And those of you who can buy a little condo, buy a little house, get a little investment property, but pay it cash. I would much rather you have a $30,000 condo paid for than a $300,000 mortgage, for sure. I'm late, but I made it. Greedy Salvation, I'm doing great, thank you. Chris Perez, hello. What would be your top choice power snack during a 200-mile bike ride? 200 miles straight through, that's actually going to be a tough one, and that's going to be based upon the last 6 weeks or so of my eating. So I'm not going to give a blanket statement on this one. Likely I am going to have different puddings, and what we try and do is we make specific go bars that have oats and nuts and fruits and seeds all mixed into them. But that's something that we start to employ during typically about 6 weeks out. We start to ingrain these foods and whole foods into the diet. So it's very normal. It becomes a normalized nutrition for the individual athlete or competitor. And slowly we're able to put that more into these deeper rides. Hydration is huge. We would need to look at your we would do a deep dive in your blood work just to see how your body is working and is operating, what your blood sugar looks like, during these rides, what your need is, what your diet is previous. Are you skewing? Because you can actually, it's a whole nother video in and of itself, but the way that you eat and the ratio of fats and carbohydrates that you consume does have an impact on how your body utilizes these substrates for energy. So what we would do is we would build you based upon your individual body type to be more reliant on one or the other, but it's never only one or only the other. I know this is a little, gray area topic, and I'm not giving deep information here, but this is something that I'll do in a deeper video because there's a lot more context. This is something that we've worked on not too long ago, actually, for one of our elite athletes. To which we're under an NDA, so we can't say specifically who or what we're doing with them because I think we're going to be winning something very big here, but that's a whole nother conversation. I will talk about it. Please debate vegan gains. We'll let him know. I'd love to get on and have a conversation. I'm a fan of his channel. I think he does a lot of good work. I think a lot of the stuff he says is a little fringe. It's a little crazy. But I mean, if he's down, if he wants to go and have a conversation, shit, yeah, I'll have a conversation. I'd be happy to have a debate with Vegan Gains or a conversation. I'm not calling him out. That's not what I do, right? I don't do that, but I'm more than happy to plant my flag and tell you what I think based upon my experience and my results. Shit, let's go. I'm down. Yes. Almost 50 this year. Consistently getting after it. No excuses. Hell yeah. The millennial. I'm getting my JB MBA, Juris JD MBA. When I'm done, I'm going to find a way to work with you, my resume and applications. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get it. Greedy Salvation. Do you think it would be possible for me to get to the 100 pushes by the end of May? I can do 10 proper form at the moment. Well, it all depends on you. Who knows? Shit, you might be able to get to it by the end of the week. I've seen that happen. Who knows? By the end of May, I think that should be easy. Real estate is everything, coach. My dad just started building condos. There we go. Michelle Kiefer, any update on the blueprint? Yep, that is coming soon. So if you sent an email into blueprint@thedolcediet.com, you will be receiving an email soon. If you've sent the email in, do not worry. You are on the list. You are on the list. We have accepted you, so do not worry. If some of you have received notes that we have not, I got to go, guys. I appreciate you all. Until next time, boom. It's been a long one. Actually, thought somebody was walking in here, but they weren't. So I will take the time to sign off. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the thumbs up, everything you guys have done. It's awesome to be here on this Friday. Remember, every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do these live Q&As. An hour and 45 minutes we've gone thus far, which is super cool. And until next time, boom.